I'm Michelle Beshen, host of Public Television's Be Organic, and I'm very proud to introduce to you Sheree Clark, founder of Fork in the Road, a health counseling firm. And I personally have benefited from Sheree's teachings, and I have witnessed firsthand her approachable and very entertaining delivery and direction. She has been spot on with everything that she has shared with me, and I am quite confident that the latest recipe that she has to share will not disappoint.
Just about everybody's had a jalapeno popper before. They're yummy. They're fried and breaded and they go great with beer. But we also know they're not too good for us. So today I'm going to be teaching you how to make a jalapeno popper that you're going to just die for. It's a chocolate jalapeno popper. I'm going to show you how to pick a pepper to make your poppers, how to prepare the poppers, and how to plate the poppers so they're people-pleasing. So let's get started. Let's start with how do you pick a pepper. The first time I went down to the farmer's market to see if I could find something for this recipe, I was a little disappointed, and I went back a second time and they still didn't have what I was looking for, so I settled. But let me tell you a little bit about this and how this came to be. I brought some green jalapeno peppers today. The reason I was disappointed was jalapeno peppers are really supposed to be red. The green ones aren't ripe. And the reason that I wanted the riper jalapenos is if you have a hard time digesting peppers, and many of us do, it's because the peppers aren't completely ripe. If you eat only red or yellow or orange peppers, you're going to have a lot better time digesting. So let's get started with how do we prepare the peppers now that we've picked them and we're ready to go. You're going to notice I'm putting on some gloves here. While you might think it's for sanitary reasons, and that certainly could be one of the reasons, the real purpose for these gloves is to protect my hands from the oils that are in the jalapenos. If I touch my eyes after I put the jalapeno seeds on my hands, I'm going to have a little bit of a hard time here. So I put my gloves on and I get my pepper out. And what I'm going to do is be slicing it. I'm going to slice it. I like it so that there's a little bit of the stem showing when I'm done. So I'm going to take my chef's knife, cut right here down the side, and then I'm going to take the seed bed and remove it with my thumb. And now you know why I've got gloves on, because if I were doing this with bare hands, seeds would be getting under my nails. We run the risk of me touching my eyes afterwards, and then I got a big disaster on my hands. So it makes sense to cut all the peppers that you're going to be using in the recipe, and in this case we're just going to be doing a small little batch. So I've cut up these peppers, and now I'm going to go and make the chocolate sauce that's going to be going in as the next phase. I'm going to be using a food processor today. This is an 11-cup model. I can use a smaller one if I want, that I'll be using in just a moment, but I'm going to use this size because I want some good room for incorporation of my ingredients. I've got 3 ingredients that are going here into the chocolate stuffing. Chocolate powder, of course, and we'll put that in first. We've got some nut butter. Today I'm using a cashew butter that I bought at the store, already packaged. I could certainly use one that I make myself in my juicer or in my food processor, but I wanted it to be an easy recipe day for me, so I bought packaged. And the third thing I'm using is a sweetener. The sweetener that I've selected to use today is a coconut nectar. Now, some people use agave, and you can certainly do that if you want. You need a liquid sweetener, but I am liking the new coconut nectar, which has been available for just a few months, and it's a really nice sweetener, and I think you'll like it. I'm also going to put in a little bit of vanilla extract, and the vanilla extract helps the chocolate just give it a little bit of a lift. Give it a whiz bang, turn it on. Okay, now I'm going to give a little look-see and see if we've got incorporated it, and it looks real good. There's a little bit of thickness to the mixture. You can see it's got some good sticking power. I don't want a frosting. I don't want this to be runny. So this is what I'm looking for. Okay, I'm going to stop there, and now I'm going to go to my little food processor and make the breading. The breading is also 3 ingredients. We've got almonds, walnuts, and flax seeds. Now the almonds I'm putting in first, then I'm going with some walnuts, and these are fresh, organic, as you know, that's important. Now the flax seeds I've already ground, because if I put whole flax seeds in here, this processor isn't going to be able to process them. So what I did in advance was I chopped these up real fine in a coffee grinder. If you've got a coffee grinder at home that you use for coffee, I highly recommend you make sure all of the coffee is gone, because you don't want coffee flavor in your jalapeno poppers. So in goes the ground flax seeds, on goes the lid, And I'm ready to turn it on. I'm going to stop and give a quick look inside to see if it's the consistency that I want. And I've got some chunks in there, but not too many. What I'm going to do is pulse it now, just to break up anything that's a little bit too big. And now I'm liking what I see. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up the jalapeno pepper that I had already cleaned out. Start first, I just use a teaspoon, and I stuff the inside with the chocolate sauce, and see what I'm saying about the consistency, how it's nice and it's thick, it's not too runny, again, it's not frosting like, it's sticking, and it's doing just what I want it to do, so I fill that cavern that's in the pepper, and then I'm going to take a little bit of the breading and sprinkle that on top. The next step is to simply place it on to a dehydrator sheet. You're going to want to put these in the dehydrator at 105 degrees for 15 to 17 hours. Don't worry too much if it's in there longer or less. It's up to you. When you think they're done, they're done. Let's see what we have here. These have been in the dehydrator about 17 hours, and this is exactly the way that I like them. On the outside, you've got some wrinkle on the pepper, so you know they've been in there. They're dehydrating. The chocolate is oozing. My mouth is watering. There's crunch from the nuts. There's sweet from the chocolate. There's heat from the jalapenos. You can't believe these flavors together. You have what you want with them, but just let me know what you think. Chocolate jalapeno poppers are just the start of the fun that we can have together. I'm Sheree Clark, and may all your forks in the road be delicious.